Hey, on this episode of Inside the Room, Cindy Osborne's going to take you inside the rehearsal room with PigWeed. They gave us a killer interview, a bunch of cut-ups, so check it out.
What's up, Insiders? I'm Cindy Osborne, and I'm here hanging out with PigWeed. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, we're doing great.
What's up?
Introduce yourselves for us, if you will, and tell us what you play.
My name is Big Mo. I play guitar and do vocals.
My name is Rudy. I also call me Fresh in this band. I play singing.
My name is Frank, also known as Rizzo. I play the drums.
John Bass.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about your individual... John Bass on bass. Tell us a little bit about your individual backgrounds as far as like some of the other bands you've played in or just what got you into music.
I always listened to music because of my dad. He's the one that got me into music way from little lad when I listened to oldies, whatever. Then grew up, and I started listening to it. The heaviest band back then when I was listening was Deftones. They got the ball rolling, and I listened to bands like Glassjawed and Hatebreed, and I tried to listen to different varieties just to learn how to sing a little better or just make music and somehow. I actually tried to position myself in this band as something else, but then he wanted me to be a singer, so I became a singer.
What were you trying to play before?
Before I was online, I never did this, but I went online just to put an ad out saying like, hey, I'm a guitarist. I sing a little bit.
Polka didn't work, dude.
Polka doesn't work. So, and then that happened, and then when that happened, I got a call from, not him, but some other member.
Yeah, I found him in a chat room. I was a stalker. I found him, bro.
No, not you.
He said he was 15 years old, and I said, yeah, I gotta hard this guy. Yeah. He called me, and I got him.
And then that's how I became a singer for this band. So that's just my influence is just listening to a lot of every type of music that I can. Any type, like to country, to rock, techno, rap, anything. Just to listen to different varieties of music. That's how I got into this.
Right on. How about you?
Well, I started off actually back in the day.
The eyebrow.
When I was 12 years old, my mom actually got me into mariachi.
It was 40 years ago.
I know, right? She got me into mariachi in St. Fernando's Cathedral. And the thing, I didn't want to go, but then she forced me. And I was like, okay. She spanked me. She said, go, mijo! So I went and I just played in several bands and started playing, played guitar in a band we were called Vile. What's up, guys? And what was funny is that we had the home tour of we had the Huntstock tour, which is my old street, and it was just there at Huntstock. That's the only place where we practiced, and we never played anywhere. But then after that, we hooked up in Oldie, and I was played bass there for 5 years. And then after that, came into guitar and been jamming out with these guys here in PigWeed.
This guy right here could make one small story into the biggest story.
No,
ever.
that's John.
That's great for an interview.
That's Mr. Bass.
Cool. Tell us a little bit about your background.
My name is Frank. It kind of started, I guess, probably when I was 21 when I bought my first drum set. I'd have to say probably my cousin was a big...
Walmart, right? The one from Walmart, right?
The first act. First act from Walmart. No, it's actually that same one that I'm playing on right now. But probably my biggest influence was my cousin. Probably he kind of made it big. He used to play and play the drums also in a Tejano band called La Diferencia.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, so he used to be the drummer. They made it pretty big, so he was like a big influence on me. Apart from that, mainly just self-taught, no schooling, a lot of reading online, whatever, trying to learn what I can.
Hey, but you can't read, don't you?
I know, right?
I know!
But I started getting into the music scene more, put out an ad, I'm a drummer, trying to look for a band, kind of first time thing, starting off. Luckily, my friends, we don't want to mention their name, but they kind of asked me to go with them, and I was like, yeah, cool, I'm pumped up already. So I started, they gave me a chance. Nothing what I do now, but started off, it was fun, it was good times, man. I don't have my chops in what I do now, but it was fun, it was cool. Then I hooked up with these guys, actually, a friend of mine from where I work, he actually told me about it. Hey, these guys are looking for a drummer, and I know you're looking for another band to kind of, audition for and whatnot. And it was actually these guys that I, hooked up with.
Oh my God, we hooked up. I can't.
So So I hooked up with these guys, you know, and everything's pretty much history. I've been with them for like maybe 4 or 5 months now.
Damn, barely.
It's true love.
No kidding, right?
I was in band from 6th grade till I was a senior, so I was, you know, in the jazz band. I was in choir. I took theory and appreciation, so I've been doing the music thing for quite a few years and bought my first bass when I was 15. Joined a jazz band, learned a lot of things about the bass being in the jazz band, and just started playing from there, and it's really not much else to say. I've been in a lot of bands. I'm 33 years old, so I've been in quite a few bands.
Don't look a day over 31. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Just playing. Now, you talked a little bit about how some of you guys got into PigWeed. How were you formed?
First of all, it's these two. Well, actually, they started from Element, right?
We were in Element. Me and Mo were in Element, and that didn't happen anymore for whatever reason, and we started this band. The rest is history.
Yeah, they actually, we had another drummer and we had another percussion, and they had like how many singers?
300 singles.
200. Two prior to you.
Yeah, 2. So that's pretty cool. How like this is pretty much the set. We're still looking for a percussionist, right?
Yeah. So if you know anybody or you play percussion yourself, please give us a call. Go to the website. It's myspace.com/pigweedband.
Anyway,
I don't even know that.
Hey, tell about how you came up with PigWeed.
Oh yeah.
How'd you come up with the name?
Well, the name PigWeed started off, you know, I was in deep meditation. I was in my Hindu pose like this, and all I heard in the background was PigWeed, PigWeed, PigWeed. I was like, yeah.
That's it.
No, I was chilling at home in my chones and my whitey.
Wait, what does that mean? What does that
in my
mean?
whitey tighties, and my fruits.
Everything to the point.
Well, my wife was watching the news. Hi, honey. She's watching the news, and then it got to the weather, and she goes, "Yeah, we have a high count of pigweed," and I was like, "Damn, that's awesome, badass."
That's gotta be the name.
Yeah.
So basically, we got off the news.
The pollen,
The weather.
pigweed.
Right on. And how long have you guys been together?
A little over a year, probably about 15 months or so.
How long y'all
Dating for about 2 years.
No, seriously, like
Dating for about 2 years.
And then I came in.
How long have you been married?
A year and a half, right?
Too long. Too long.
I joined in January, right? And then he came in just.
I think like in April or I think it was like April, right? April or May. That was like a couple months ago. No. That was like April. Or May.
Hey, you must be talking about the other drummer,
yeah,
though.
It was like a little bit before his birthday.
Hey, so it was your birthday present, right? Give him a hug.
So I just been with them for I guess 9 months, and then a couple of months.
So anywhere from a couple of months to a couple of years.
Yeah. But everybody's already been in bands, been there, done that. So everybody comes from a lot of experience. It's almost like kind of like the best of the best per se, but everybody just infused.
I just want to say where I got most of my experiences playing in mariachi with my mom. We used to play in funerals and weddings and stuff, and that's where I got all my experience.
And that's not even that good, dude. That's not even that good.
Just play.
You moved up to rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
We'll be right back with more from PigWeed, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back and we're hanging out with PigWeed talking about their music. Now, you guys mentioned some of your influences earlier. Who are some of your others?
My favorite bands growing up was of course Nirvana back in the 90s, you know. We were big into Nirvana. And then of course after that it was Pearl Jam, and then STP. All the big names, I guess. And then after that, graduated over to Korn, Deftones, and Tool, and it's been pretty much just that. And old school Metallica. And now I guess now you can say old school Korn. That was the good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool, you just named like a bunch of my favorite bands. Who else?
Since he's like 20 years older than me.
30.
But when I heard Nirvana, I think I was still young. But I still listen to Nirvana and like.
So what you listen to
Metallica
when you were like 1 or what?
Yeah.
Since you're 12?
Everything from 1999 to 2006.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
born in 90, right?
And then I started listening to Deftones. Deftones is what got the ball rolling. And then Glassjaw. For some reason about Glassjaw, something hit me and it struck me.
It was me, right? I went, what?
So, ever since those two really got a hold of me, ever since then I've just been trying to do anything I can. mainly those two bands that got me. But I heard other music, but it was mainly those Deftones and Glass Joe.
Right on.
I listen to a lot of my brother's band. You know, like he grew up listening to like Guns N' Roses, Megadeth, Metallica. Is it Dio? I don't even know how to pronounce it to this day. But
That's my favorite band.
Dio.
Yeah, that's my favorite band.
Hey, were you the one who can read?
And I grew up listening to a lot of like Tejano, you know, different types of music and some Tejano, some, you know, a lot of Spanish music, Maná, man. It's,
Nah, they suck though. Don't lie. How'd you say?
that's pretty much it. Mudvayne,
Hey,
you
you
know.
didn't say Booyah.
Yeah,
Booyah, man. That's the
Forgot, yeah. Booyah and
I almost thought you were going to say another word that we can't say here.
No, these guys actually turned me over to Puya, which is I think where a lot of the sound that we get, a lot of that comes from that type, the old school corn. It's like you can hear it all in the music that we have, but it's pretty cool. I like it. So.
My favorite band of all time is Kiss. They're the best band ever. They have all their albums. They rule. Then I started getting into bands like Slayer and Anthrax and like the old school heavy shit. Sorry. You're gonna edit the old school heavy stuff. And then of course went to like Sepultura after that, and then like Jane's Addiction. I liked Urban Dance Squad a lot. You know, kind of like I pretty much like, you know, all types of music, but. That's about it.
Hey, man, I can't believe this. Wait. I can't believe you forgot this band, dude. I can't believe it. Man, he always give us.
I know.
There you go.
311.
I was already gonna say
Well, they-
311, man.
Them and
311.
Kiss, those two right there.
I can't believe you don't
I know,
understand
man.
about 311. Like,
The interview's over. I don't even want to do it.
yeah, he loves 311, and it's just crazy how he didn't catch on. I guess I don't know.
Right on. Now, you were talking a little bit about how your influences seep into your sound. Describe for us, if you will, what your sound is like. I know it's hard.
I would have to say it's a lot of the old school Pantera, you know, the ballsy,
What? I
you know,
thought
the
it was Depeche Mode, man.
Depeche Mode.
a little bit of the cranberry.
Stop it.
Dude, we can't even answer the question.
No, it's beefy. It's different. When I first heard it, that was like the first thing that came to my mind. Like it's beefy sounding.
Scrotum.
Yeah, man. It's just It's like balls to the wall. It's just.
Get your balls to the wall! But like
this right. You got your balls
hey,
to
man,
the wall.
chill out.
Sorry.
No, but Puya is kind of almost. They have like how many
Hey,
members?
look,
they have in that
real
band?
quick, sorry. Look at this guy right here. He's white, right? Look how red he gets, man. What's up with white people? Why do they get so red?
I don't know.
You're the minority in the band.
I am.
No, he's actually Cuban. He's Cuban.
I'm half Cuban.
Oh, okay.
Just the
The
good
better
half.
half, right? The better half.
Yeah.
But Puya really kind of, when I heard it from these two, it sounded almost kind of similar to our style. And then the singing, what we both do, we listen to different types of music, and we just try to throw in so much. And it just sounds pretty cool because like we're just almost like bands that you do hear, but then bands that you don't hear. So
It's like you hear them, you kind of filter them through, and you put it out in your own unique style and make a statement with it. Like, this is us. We've been, it's nothing. We're not recreating the wheel.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody's been there, done that before. They've always done that kind of music. They've heard that. They're mainly putting their own twist on it, and I think that's what we do, and that makes it unique.
Kind of like John's chili. This guy is a cook at the Omni. He makes this badass chili. He throws a bunch of shit in there, fucking cans and shit, and just stirs it around like this, stir and stir and stir. And then just put, the only thing I don't like, he puts jalapenos, and that's the only thing I kind of don't like. But that's what gives it the edge, and then it just comes out tasting like PigWeed.
I got in trouble for that because I didn't get to come to the barbecue.
That's-
He just
yeah,
get.
You were invited, that's what it was.
Yeah, but that's it.
Now, you mentioned that you both do some of the singing. Does one of you do the singing and one do the screams, or you switch off, or what do you do?
He mainly sings. He mainly sings. I'll do some backup singing, then I'll sing maybe one song, a couple. But I mainly do the screams. And he mainly does the singing.
Because I can't scream at all.
A lot of your own little rapping.
Yeah,
too, man.
I try to flow too. Since I listen to a lot of hip hop. Deftones did a little bit. Coin does it with that. And he does all this other crazy stuff. Kind of took style like that, and like he said, doing my own little mix of what I interpreted. But I kind of do the singing. screaming, a little bit of backup vocals, maybe a couple songs singing. He mainly does all the singing too. He sounds pretty good for looking the way he looks. No, but we do collaborate real good. We mix real good.
And what's the writing process like for you guys?
John writes all the songs and vocals and lyrics. And then he comes over here and then he says, "You bitches gotta play this. It's my way or no way."
Definitely in this band, we all have a hand in the songwriting process. That's the great thing about this band is we all have a hand in everything. And we all are really cool people. We get along really well.
So
For him, I
it's
don't
kind of like
him very
having my
much.
hand on your chiche right now.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
It will.
I think it mainly it starts simple. It's like either a riff or a beat, or somebody has an idea in their head and we throw it around. And it's funny, man, because it's like the chemistry in this band is different than from any other bands I've been in. It's just like real, like it's almost like natural. Like everything just comes out.
Like all that one other band you were in.
And then we criticize each other, and we don't take it to heart, but we say to one another, like if he says, "Hey, you should play this," he says, "Yeah, I should try that." Same with vice versa. We all do the same thing, the way I sing, or the way he plays, and that's what's real cool about this band, that we're open-minded. We don't hold a grudge if I say, "Hey, man, personally I don't like the way you're playing that. It sounds pretty stupid." You know what I mean? Can you change it up?
It's
constructive.
It's constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And it's at its best. It's like you tell them something, and nobody's all like, "Well, then you play that." You know, it's like no, it's like, okay, cool, man. I'll try something, and so we'll see if everything works. We always try to do what's best for the music.
Now, what's some of the subject matter that some of your songs deal with? One of the songs that stood out for me was "Suffer." Tell us a little bit more about your lyrical content.
That one, basically, it's about my mom. She has a liver disease. So I started writing that, and it was just words that I had out. I put it together, and then for one day, this guy was actually playing a riff, and I remember that lyric that one verse, sang it when he was playing it. It was like nobody was around. It was just him and I, and he played on the guitar.
You were
and then,
naked, right?
Yeah. Underwears and stuff. I had the stripe ones.
I had the little Speedo with the little Snoopy right here.
No, we're just playing that. We're just playing. So, and when I started singing that, the next day of practice, that's when the other member that was in there, he helped us out, and then he left. He heard it, and then he heard it. So it gradually started sticking to us. So basically, it's just about my mom. She's pretty much dying because she has a liver disease. The only way she can survive is just by getting a new liver. So that's gonna take a long process. So that was really emotional. So every time I sing it, kind of hits me in the heart because it's about my mom. And then since his mother also is going through some difficult times too, he can relate as well with me. So every time we do a show, I dedicate that song to my mom, and then whoever's there, if they come up to me and say, "Hey, can you dedicate that song to my brother because he's in the hospital too," or whatever. It's just a pretty good emotional song, and then it does get heavy, so that's what I like about it. It's pretty heavy, and that's when I started kind of doing the screams. And he gave me this one verse, and it just says, "Don't die," and that right there just sounds hard when I'm singing it. It just sounds hard.
No, for that song, we played it. We were playing it for at least a month and a half, 2 months. And I really didn't even know what this guy was saying, you know what I mean? When it comes to vocals, we're more organized.
That's how
on
bad
the
I
music.
sung. That's how bad I was singing.
No, but let me tell you, the thing is, he has the lyrics printed out, And man, when I started listening, I was playing along with it, and I looked over and I looked at the lyrics. He's singing it, and I was like, damn, that's some good lyrics. Yeah, talking about his mom, and never met his mom, but man, it almost made me cry. This is some good stuff.
Right on. We'll be back with more from PigWeed. So what's up? We're back. We're hanging out with PigWeed. Tell us a little bit about what an audience can expect at one of your live shows.
If you guys are wearing diapers, you should wear them because you're gonna shit in your pants. Yeah, sorry about that. No. Just
Hey, let's
poop.
do it again. Ready? But don't say it. No.
I
I'll beat it
completely
out for you. Go
forgot.
for it. Ready?
Okay, you guys gotta go to the show wearing diapers because you're gonna your pants. Anyways, so yeah, it's you should expect a good show. We all put our heart. Every show we feel like.
Hey, hold on. At least for the first time, all right? Yeah. You're all tired for the rest of the show. Worn out. So
Yeah,
you guys are coming.
don't expect too much then.
10-minute break.
Yeah, that's mainly you.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
What's next for you guys, show-wise? Do you have any plans to branch out into some other cities or states?
Definitely play out of town, maybe out of state if possible. We've only played 2 shows as of right now, so we'll see what the future holds.
Still taking baby steps. but we're gonna be taking that giant leap and stuff. So hopefully people will watch out for it. So get ready.
Hey, that was pretty well said, man.
Man, okay.
That was pretty good.
See how quiet he sounded? Like a little boy.
He was listening.
Hey, let me write it in my thing. Step, set.
Well, thank you guys so much for allowing us to hang out with you here on Inside the Room. For more information on PigWeed, check out their MySpace page, myspace.com/PigWeedBand. And of course,
PigWeed, 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 PigWeed.
stay tuned for the upcoming video.
PigWeed, Pig.
Where you run the step, listen to the nation's voice. Stay with nature. Suffer. When we die, we wake up to promise. Go to a promise. Go to world. Listen. True. Don't die.
Hey, thanks to Cindy Osborne and PigWeed for that killer interview and performance video. Those guys were a bunch of cut-ups, but a killer band nonetheless. Hey, if your band would like to be featured on Inside the Room, contact us. Let us know. Good night.